Welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be reading every book that I started in 2019 but didn't finish.
I don't typically get emotional about books. Hello friends, so I'm sure by now Carmel has already told you what we're doing. So when she asked me about this, I was excited and nervous because I struggle with reading and I want to be a reader, but I just don't enjoy it and I'm bad at it, so it takes me forever to read a book. So when she said that we should try to finish all the books we started in 2019, my issue is I thought I only started one, then later I remembered I started two. So they are, 1, Praying for Your Spouse. This is by her mother. And I only have one chapter left of that. I don't know why I didn't just finish it whenever I was reading it. So I think I'm going to start that one first because it'll be super quick and it'll make me feel really productive and like I've really done some reading here. Alright, just finished this, so I'm feeling productive already. Everyone should read this. This is good. I am not married, but you can read this at any stage you're in. Single, dating, married, whatever. It's good. Now I'm going to start the other book. I leave in like 20 minutes to go have lunch with my family, but I'm going to get as much of that done before we go because that book is getting finished today. I am defeating that book.
Now, I think I'm going to try this book. It is a book that Kaleo loves a lot, or a series that she loves, and I've read like one chapter. So I have a lot left to read. Thankfully, there are not that many words on the page. So we're going to try this. So, quick backstory. It seems as though this kid was kidnapped, and his father was killed. Now, he's in a place where they don't speak English, which I think is what he speaks, and he was told to get into the bath. And he said, "I don't stink. I washed barely a month ago. Didn't they know that baths were disease pits? Like, that's disgusting."
And then the other one is an Anne Hasseltine Judson biography. She was Adoniram Judson's wife, who was the first missionary, I believe. He was a missionary, a great one. I'm pretty sure he was the first. Anyways, I was super excited to read this. I actually bought it summer 2018 and was gung-ho, ready to read it, didn't read it. So I took this with me to Kenya last summer, and I was like, this is the summer, I'm gonna read this, and I read the first chapter on the plane on the way over there and have not touched it since. So I think I'm just going to start this one over. So it's kind of thick, so if I finish this today, this is a major accomplishment. I do have a couple other books with me in case, but I'm kind of thinking this is going to be my major tackle for the day. So let's do this first.
So I have learned that I read a lot slower than I used to. In the 35 minutes that I was reading just now, I read about 60 pages.
Okay, so today has turned out to be busier than I expected it to be. I thought I'd be able to dedicate this whole day to reading, and I just haven't. So it's 5 o'clock now, and I am only 3 or 4 chapters into this book, but I read all of that in like 30 minutes, so that's pretty good.
And I still have 200 pages to go, so I'm going to need to pick up the pace a little bit if I want to be able to read any other book today. So I'm going to keep reading.
But yeah, I'm just sitting in a parking lot now because I'm waiting to meet somebody to give them something. Oh, something in my eyeball. Anyways. Oh my gosh, I keep getting so distracted. You can cut this out, Carmel. Or not. Maybe I'll just be embarrassing. I don't know, whatever. Anyways. What was I saying? Oh, yeah, so I'm just gonna sit here and read until she gets here.
So I ended up having about 30 minutes of reading, and I think I got through another 60 pages. Now I need to make pizza, dough, and while that's resting, I'm going to do some more reading. This is going to take me more than 24 hours. It might take me the whole week, we'll see. I hope not.
Alright, so here's the deal. It is, what time is it? What time is it? I'm trying to see my watch, but it won't come on. It is 8:12. And I am only 4 chapters into this book. I have done horrible at this today. My sister was in town. My sister's married and she doesn't live in the state. So I used that as an excuse to hang out with her and not read as much as I was planning to.
See, I feel like this is 2019 embodied. I could read this book, but YouTube. I could read. So instead of what?
That's creative. Just
Instead of watching that YouTube video, Kyle ended up showing me TikTok.
But this is pretty much what happens every day, all the time, for my whole life. There's always an excuse why not to read. So I am about to get ready for bed, and I am going to sit in my bed for hours and read this book. This challenge is not going to conquer me.
So now it's 10:01. It's time to start reading. So it's been about an hour. I've gotten through 70 pages. I'm on part 3 of 4 of the book. So I have not too much left, but I don't think I'll get it done in the next 45 minutes. It's 11:15 now, but you know, we're gonna push, we're gonna try. I'll probably be done around 1 o'clock. We'll see.
I'm laughing. Gosh, okay. New plan. Think. New plan. I'm not even reading. Now that you've seen all of that craziness, time to get reading. And normally at night I like turn on a video and I'm out within like an hour, and I need to be up for like at least 3 more hours, so I hope that doesn't happen, but let's get on to it.
So far it's been really good. It's been a good intellectual book to read, I think. It's forced me to really think through things, and it the book provides examples and logic for the different points that it makes about the best ways to provide assistance to people in our lives. I would highly, highly, highly recommend this book to anybody who has ever considered donating or supporting anyone or any sort of ministry or a friend. Like, if you've ever considered loaning money to anybody ever, I would recommend that you read this book.
I just wanted to share this part really quick because it's really convicting, but this part is it's like a flashback to when Adoniram was growing up, and Adoniram eventually marries Anne, who the book is about. But it says, he would muse about pulpit possibilities. Maybe he would lead a large and wealthy congregation. He could visualize the sea of faces looking up expectantly, drinking in his every word. And then he would think about the humble country pastor who worked faithfully year after year and never saw anything for himself. His heart assured him that this was the pastor with true greatness. Psalm 115:1 rang out so loudly that he felt like he had heard them spoken aloud. Not to us, Lord, but to your name do we give the glory. And I think that's like super true in like the times we're in now, because social media and like different things tell us that like it's about us, and we should always be wanting like more money, more this, more that, more people to like us, more people to follow us. And really, like, that's great, but how are we using that to give the glory to God? Like, is it to bring glory to ourselves, or is it for him? And that got me right here.
So the chapter that I'm reading right now talks specifically about short-term mission trips, which are basically like when a group comes in for a week or 2 weeks or however long, 2 years, to like help the community, or like that's the goal. And this is something that's really bothered me and really made me question a lot of things my whole life, but especially in the past 3 or 4 years. And so I feel like this chapter is going to take me a really long time to get through because I keep getting distracted by my own thoughts, which is in this case a really good thing because it's forcing me to think.
I don't typically get emotional about books because I don't read them. But oh my gosh, this book is killing me. I just thought I would share this moment of raw honesty. Okay, goodbye. Back to reading.
But I'm getting mad, even though the book is approaching the issue in a really good way and really battling with things that people choose not to think about or don't even realize are potential issues with short-term mission trips. So like, I'm very grateful for this book right now. But I'm still like really annoyed by how things are outside of this book, like in the real world. And end of thought. It is now 11:40 and I have 5 chapters left in this book. And just like what happened with the samurai book, don't really want to be reading this anymore. Not because it's a bad book, I'm just tired of reading it. And you might say, just go get another book. But then I have to come back to this one, and I don't want to do that. I just want to finish it. So we're going to sit here and finish it. 12:26, 2 more chapters to go.
Alright, so it is now 10:38 and I just finished chapter 13 and I am starting to get very tired. I'm on page 102 of 297. So, that being said, I'm not going to be able to finish this book today. But what I will say is, although I will not be completing this challenge or winning, or I don't know what you would say, I feel good about what I have accomplished today because reading for me is a struggle. First, to just do it, second, to do it and enjoy it. And I'm enjoying this book, and I feel like I actually will be finishing this within the next few days to a couple weeks, maybe.
Good morning. It's now 8:53, so I have 2 more hours until my 24 hours ends. And I'm only in chapter 3 of this book. I've been reading for like about an hour, and it took me a whole hour to finish one chapter. And there are 20 chapters. So I know, like, I don't even know if I'll finish this book, which makes me wonder, like, why I'm still even reading. But I'm just gonna keep reading and see how far I can get. Oh, I should say I'm reading This Child Will Be Great by Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. So it's a memoir about the first woman African president. And so right now I'm learning about her life in Liberia after she got a divorce from her husband who was abusive. So that is the point of the story that I'm at. Yep.
And I can't tell you the last time, if ever, I read over 100 pages in one day without, like, being forced, like, for class or something, and actually liking it. So this is a huge win for me, and even if I didn't actually do what the challenge set out to do, I take this one as a win, so.
On the third chapter of 20, so I still have a long way to go in this book, and I don't know where the line is between, like, I'm tired because this is hard and I can just let go and, like, go to sleep and move on with my life, and I'm just being not disciplined enough and I should just work harder. And so, like, I know that I'm not going to finish the rest of the 3 books in the next 2 hours. And so it would make sense, I guess, to just go to sleep. But then I also don't know if that's just giving up unnecessarily and if I should just keep pushing. All I know is I'm very, very tired, and I would love to go to sleep right now. So yeah, I have an hour and 44 minutes to read, and at my current pace of like 40 pages an hour, that means I'll probably get like 2 more chapters done, so that would be 4 out of 20. It's 20%. I'll probably just keep reading, but those are my deep insights for this challenge. And I probably won't do an update until
Not what I set out to do, but better than I thought. So, realistic expectations here, people. I'm proud.
Thank you guys for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. It was really hard to do because reading it's kind of stressful in this day and age when there's all this technology and stuff. But I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you like it, make sure you comment, and go subscribe to Number 6 Social.
feel like this mental exercise has broken me a little bit. Yep. Okay. Bye.